No country has developed under democracy. Those words came from Mr. Ibrahim Traoré, the once unknown army captain who dared to overthrow his own government at just the age of 34. Ibrahim believes that democracy has not helped Burkina Faso become a better country. He says that even though leaders change after elections, corruption should remain a problem. Basic needs like medicine for schools and health centers are still missing. This idea challenges what many of us have been taught about how countries should grow and improve. But Ibrahim's story shows us that even the best intention can lead to difficult choices and uncertain outcomes. But first, let's journey back to where it all began. Ibrahim was born in 1988 in the town of Bondoukoue. Bondoukoue is a small market town of roughly 4,000 people in western Burkina Faso, mostly cotton and millet farms, dusty roads, a single clinic that struggles to keep up. After finishing high school, Ibrahim went to study geology at the University of Ouagadougou. He did very well and graduated in 2009. He could have worked as a geologist, but instead, he chose a different path. He joined the army in 2010. His friends say he made this choice because terrorist attacks were increasing in the north and he felt a strong need to serve this country rather than study rocks. After 12 years in the military, Ibrahim saw his country's problem with his own eyes. Villages were being attacked, roads were falling apart, and hospitals lacked basic supplies. Even though new politicians kept getting elected, nothing seems to get better. Armed groups kept taking over more land and voting didn't stop the violence. All those years watching his country struggle were about to lead to one decisive morning. Early one morning, Ibrahim and some military officers took control of important buildings in Ouagadougou, Burkina Faso's capital city. While most people were still sleeping, they quietly captured the government buildings and detained the leaders. By noon, Ibrahim found himself the country's temporary president. Imagine that moment, waking up as a soldier, going to sleep as a nation's leader. After becoming leader, Ibrahim made two bold decisions. First, he told French military forces who had been in the country since 2013 to leave.
Ceux qui veulent se réveiller, se réveillent. Ceux qui ne veulent pas se réveiller, comme on le dit, on ne peut pas réveiller quelqu'un qui ne dort pas. Les Africains doivent se réveiller. Nous devons travailler à être indépendants, à faire au moins ce que nos peuples connaissent le bonheur.
Second, he took control of Burkina Faso's gold mines from foreign companies. He believed that foreign companies were taking Burkina Faso's wealth while his people stayed poor. Instead of holding new elections, he focused on three main goals: making roads safer, fighting rebels, and improving public services. This was a risky move as history shows that when one person takes power by force, it often leads to more problems. Before taking power, Ibrahim had served in some of the most dangerous areas of country. He fought against terrorist groups in northern Burkina Faso and worked with UN peacekeepers in neighboring Mali. Today, large parts of Burkina Faso are still controlled by dangerous groups. Terrorists control many villages and roads, and more than 2 million people have had to leave their homes since 2019. In September 2022, Ibrahim removed the previous leader Paul Henri Damiba, who had also taken power through force earlier that year. People were angry because the country wasn't safe, foreign help wasn't working, and they had lost hope. At just 34 years old, Ibrahim stepped into the country's leader role. He was young, experienced in battle, and spoke directly about problems. He became famous for asking, "How can Africa, so rich in resources, remain the poorest continent?" The question would become the heart of everything he did next. He then made several changes. He refused to take loans from international banks, raised salaries for government workers, helped small businesses with their debts, gave farmer equipment, and started fixing roads and airports. His message was that Africa must stand on its own, similar to a previous leader named Thomas Sankara. Sankara was another young African leader who tried to make his country independent from foreign control. Like Ibrahim, he believed Africa should solve its own problem. He also started working more closely with Russia, meeting with President Putin in 2023. However, violence continues to be a serious problem. Between January and September 2023, about 1,700 civilians were killed. The next year, over 2,000 more lost their lives. Armed groups still attack both soldiers and civilians. Human rights groups says government soldiers has also hurt innocent people. The media is also having problems. Journalists receive threats and fake videos spreads false information about government policies. There are often rumors about people trying to kill Ibrahim, though these claims haven't been proven. His supporters use these rumors to gain more supports and attack his critics. On social media, young Africans share videos of his speeches with hashtags like #NewSankara and Africa First. However, many fake videos about him also spread quickly online. Ibrahim's leadership brings both good and bad changes. The good? Higher wages, no foreign troops, and control over gold mine. The bad? He took power by force and hasn't stopped the violence. Now he stands at a crossroad. He could help Burkina Faso becoming stronger by using gold money to build a better school and hospitals. Or he could become a dictator, stop people from speaking freely, causing more problems. Ibrahim's story forces us to ask difficult questions. If voting and elections haven't solved Africa's problem, what should countries try instead? And if one person takes all the power, even with good intention, where does that usually lead? Ibrahim's choices in Burkina Faso reflect struggle happening across Africa and other developing regions. The question he raises about democracy, foreign influence, and economic independence aren't just African questions. They are human questions. The big question remains, will his action make Burkina Faso better, or will they create more problems? The future of the country depends on his choices.